My name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr. and I was born July 4th of 1986. Today I want to talk about a simple word, but a simple word that's a powerful word that can be able to transform your life. And that word is gratitude. I think a lot of us are out here just really ungrateful, I guess is the best way of being able to put it. Just not being happy, not being satisfied, not being pleased with what it is that you have and what it is that you're around. Especially with just looking around at what we have here in the United States of the America, and just realizing that we have a lot of free resources for us to be able to utilize, be able to use out here that other people don't have. And a lot of us are out here just running around absolutely complaining, just complaining, that I don't this and I can't this and why is this and why is that, as opposed to realizing what it is that you do have. And the one major thing that I'm going to say, that I don't care where you're at on this planet, that if you're able to hear what I'm saying, you're alive. And that's one thing that we should just automatically wake up every single day with and being very, very grateful for. The fact that we're alive, that we're here, that we're able to have the opportunity to be able to have the chance, that we don't have to stay in what we're in, we could change that. And once we're able to just realize that being here is an absolute blessing, you can have that chance and that opportunity to be able to just finally be able to move forward and make something happen. But if you're just not even grateful for the simple, it's not simple, it's an absolute miracle to be able to be alive. But if you're not satisfied with that one major thing, you're reality never going to be satisfied with anything else. Just being satisfied to be alive, being able to breathe, being able to eat, being able to not, being able to be in a position to say to yourself, I can't stand that I'm not eating. I can't stand that I'm hungry. I can't stand that I'm hot. I can't stand that I'm cold. Can't stand that I'm wet. Can't stand that it hasn't rained in months. To even be able to have that thought of I can't stand this and I hate this and I don't like that. Why can't this and why can't that? Just being able to be grateful to be able to have those thoughts go on inside of you. That idea in you that everything isn't so perfect. That's something alone to be grateful for. And once you're being able to understand and be grateful for that simple fact, I'm telling you, you're really going to be able to transform your life on this planet. Because it starts with just being able to recognize and realize that the little things that really matter, the little tiny little things. The shirt that you're wearing, the pants you got on, the shoe you got on. The parents that raised you, the parents that birthed you, the mother that brought you into this planet. Who cares what she's even done to you, said to you? Who cares if she even gave up on you and just abandoned you? She brought you here, and she gave you an opportunity, a chance. She gave you a chance. Your whole entire family is giving you a chance. Your entire background of everything that's gone on before we've even been able to record on paper has given us a chance to be able to be here today. That somebody somewhere put in a whole lot of effort for us to be able to be here, and we didn't have to do any of that. Someone put in so much effort for us to be able to have the style of life that we have everywhere in this world, that it didn't just show up. You didn't just come here and then it was created. No, it was already here before we got here. Be very, very grateful for everything that was done before we even had the opportunity to even be able to know if it was going to help us or hurt us. Hey, Oreo, let's get back on this side. Oreo, come here. You jump. Thank you. Something that is just the simple that I can look at is things out here is being grateful for everything that we have to be able to see, everything that we have to be able to utilize that doesn't cost us any money. A lot of times we're out here trying to figure out how to be able to get that next thing to be able to bring us some happiness, and that next thing to be able to bring us some joy. But in reality, it's already there, and it's already been there. It's just you're not being grateful for having the opportunity to be able to see what it is that you have. That just being able to look at the sun rise on a day-to-day basis is an absolutely amazing thing. That you don't need to pay any money for that. You don't need to pay any money to be able to sit out in the rain, to be able to see the lightning and thunder, and you don't need to pay any money for that. You don't need to pay any money to just sit in some trees and just listen to them. Trees be talking. They got stories that they got going on out there that they're doing what they're doing. And you don't got to pay any money for none of that. You got to pay any money for anything on this planet in reality that can actually bring you full satisfaction, full joy. Everything else out there is just a short-term it'll make you feel good for a moment, but it's not gonna fulfill you. Everything that doesn't cost anything out here has the capability of being able to fulfill you, being able to bring an extreme amount of joy out of you. Something that I think a lot of us are stumbling and fumbling upon because we're not grateful for those things already, realizing that being grateful for the stuff that doesn't cost anything. Then once you're grateful for that, then yeah, your life can be able to change and transform into being able to have more and be about more. Because you're going to be able to be satisfied with the more that you have, as opposed to just always feeling like you're running in circles that I need more, I need. You're going to finally be able to be satisfied because you're going to be grateful for having the free items. So then when an actual paid item comes to you, you're just like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. This is an added bonus. But you're going to always fumble and stumble when you're thinking that that next thing is going to be able to bring out that happiness to you. Because you're never going to get an item that you're going to pay for, that you're going to work for, that you're going to do anything for, that's going to be able to fulfill you. It's always going to, it will always 100% of the time turn into just some old, nasty mess that it's in the background now. It's no longer relevant. But there's always going to be something out here that's living, that's breathing, that's growing, that's always going to be able to do that. There's going to be a tree that grows, you're going to watch it for 50 years. Some trees, it'll outlive you. And then if something happens to it and it goes away, there's that next one next to it to be able to watch it, be able to do that exact same thing again. Same thing with the grasses in the fields and majority of all these animals that are out here. Something that just watching them do what they do, especially some wild stuff, is very, very, very enriching. It teaches you a lot for one, but it brings something to you to be able to just comfort you, because it doesn't cost anything. And you've seen how they're out there doing what they're doing without having to worry about no job, no work, no nothing, but yet they're able to be able to take care of themselves. It's such an interesting thing to be able to watch what they do. Like this dog right here, I mean, she might struggle, but if it comes down to need, she come to eat, she will figure it out. She'll make it happen. She will go where she needs to go to get the food. She'll go where she needs to go to get the water. She'll go where she needs to go to get the shelter. And I don't really even need to provide much to these animals. That they could figure it out on their own. And that's a fantastic just concept with having a good understanding of everything in nature and how it works. If that all works that way, why wouldn't it work the way like that for us? That if you really do take a step back and look at your world, you'll see that there's an overabundance of everything to be able to take care of yourself. There's an overabundance. It's just we get stuck on our minds that the better the stuff is what's going to be able to bring the happiness to you. As opposed to realizing that something I can say that I just know is just straight up. It's just what it is that I've noticed today and I see it's going on compared to the stories and things that I've heard before. But before, it used to be so intricate and detailed with everything that we did. Coming down to building homes that it would take years to build something, not because we didn't have the technology and the tools and the whatever, but because of the craftsmanship that was behind it. We would just take so much time and so much effort. And that alone is something that we're using our skills more. To build one simple chair, it would take weeks. As opposed to today, we just slap some, we call it modern because it's just squared pieces, no round off, no nothing. We used to chisel in details and get real deep and real just intricate with everything we did. And we would just spend so much time onto that and realizing that that's more fulfilling than just it being done and then figuring out, well, what's next? But actually working on that project and working at it and just spending more and more time on it and spending your skills behind it to be able to get it done, to be able to make it look really, really pretty and really, really nice. As opposed to today, we just quick, fast, and cheap. And I don't care if it doesn't last because I'll just go get another quick, fast, and cheap one again anyways. So you're never satisfied. You're never just at that point that I just really, really like this. It's just quick. It's just out. I want a new one already now. And there's something about that concept of living today that I could just see it in everything. Even into some of these animals are starting to look that way. It's in everything. Everything is just stressed out and irritated and frustrated and annoyed and depressed and anxious and just all these maddening things that are going on, as opposed to just looking around and just being satisfied to be able to do nothing. And that's something that I know is a life-changing thing, is being satisfied and giving gratitude to everything that you're able to be about and be able to do, and just giving gratitude to the world and the land of be able to be out here. And giving just a complete just thank you to God for being able to allow us to be able to have this opportunity. That's the start for me to really understanding the amazing things that you're going to be able to have in your future, in your life. But if you're just never satisfied with what it is you got going on, you're always stumbling and fumbling. You need to be satisfied with where you're at and what you got going on in your current life right now for you to be able to get to that next stage that you want to be able to go to. But if you're just always out there just grumbling about this ain't enough, this ain't good, this ain't right, you're struggling right now. And just let that go and just be satisfied and be grateful for being able to be alive right now. To be able to have the idea in you to be able to put a plan together to be able to find some food. And when we get to be able to have that food, it's just really thank you. Because that food is what's keeping you alive. And it's still, that concept alone is just maddening, wild, crazy to me. that I'm 37 years old and I'm still able to be here because somehow I've been able to eat enough this entire time to be able to consistently keep going. Been able to eat enough. Somehow I'm still here. I've been eating enough to be able to be here. And if you're a 100-year-old person, you've been eating for 100 years to be able to be here. You may have had a day or two or even a week that you didn't eat, but yet you're still here somehow. And somehow every time it's been able to follow through. You didn't just die of starvation. You were able to eat. And that's something today that even almost in a worldwide sense that is more, we don't die of starvation much anymore. And that's something that we're getting better and better as a people with. That means that food is starting to become more and more readily available all around for us to be able to eat. And that's something to be very, very grateful for. There's some people out here that are hungry, that are starving, yeah. Some people that don't make it. But it's starting to become not a normal thing, where it used to be normal to just starve and pass away because we just didn't have access to, we didn't have anything. But it's something to be very, very grateful for, that you're able to eat something and be able to drink something, able to get through a sickness and illness and problems and issues and tragedy and drama, that you're getting through it somehow. You're still here. You're still here. You're still making it happen. You're still going. You're still pushing forward. That's something to be very much grateful for, as opposed to thinking like, oh, I didn't get this and I didn't get that, so I can't be as happy and as satisfied because I didn't this and I didn't that. As opposed to just being happy we're here and being able to have a chance to be able to do something. That's, to me, I don't know why, but something that I think is just absolutely amazing. Hey, Johnny. It's absolutely amazing. It's amazing to be out here and be able to do and be able to be and be able to make things happen. It's amazing to be able to think and be able to process and be able to have challenging days. Because challenging days really amplify and it lets you realize that good days are really good. And I like some challenging days to be able to distinguish the difference between what is good. That we wouldn't know what good is if we didn't have what bad is around. That's why some people are like, oh, God can't be real because there's bad people. It's like, then we wouldn't know what good is if there was no bad. And there's got to be a thing for us to be able to say, hey, that's good and that's not good. And that's right and that's not right. And that's something for me to really just make sure that I could show and be able to put out there to somebody, to show what some good stuff is as opposed to what some bad things are. Show the proper way of taking care of some things instead of the wrong way to be able to do it. Show you the proper way to be able to bless and be around your food instead of the wrong ways of being around it. That we need to have that. We need to know what's bad. We need to know what's evil. We need to know seeing what's destruction so that we can know what good is, so we can know what greatness is. And it's an amazing thing to be able to experience and to be able to be around. And for me, I'm greatly appreciated to be able to have the opportunity to be able to be here. And the more that I just started to realize, just enjoy the simple things. The simple meal that you eat, the simple drink that you have, the simple bed that you're able to sleep on, even if it's the floor or it's the dirt, you got something to be able to use. There's many stories of guys in the Bible that they just laying in the field and they grab a rock as a pillow to sleep on. Like at least most of us today, we got something pretty comfy to be able to lay upon. And we don't even say thank you for that. We just assume that it should be there. And those assumptions are not a great thing that we should be about. We should just really be satisfied with what it is that we have, knowing that it's better than without. Because our life today, even though we got a lot of people on this planet today that just have it in you that I don't want to be alive, but being alive is better than not being alive. That's why it's a very interesting thing about the whole passing away and seeing what's going to happen next, because it's an amazing thing to be alive. And I think that that's probably the most powerful thing about being able to recognize and realize who Jesus is all about, because he gives you a chance to say, like, we don't know what's next, but to be able to go to that, knowing that death, you're not just end, you're not just over, that you're going to continue on. Because being alive is an absolutely amazing thing. It's something that we should definitely focus more and more of our time and more of our energy to be able to learn how to do that more. And with that, I just want to say thank you, because I got to head on out of here. And I just would want more and more people to just say thank you over every little tiny thing that goes on in your life. And just thank you, and more thank yous. And thank you for the opportunity to be able to breathe. Thank you for the opportunity to be able to just be out here and hang out. And thank you for the opportunity to just be able to know that it's an amazing thing to just be simple and be alive. That the extra is extra. Life is amazing. Thank you.